Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from simpleprogrammer.com. So I'm still here in San Jose shooting some videos, and I got an interesting question on my Facebook group. If you know what I'm talking about, we've got a Simple Programmer Facebook community. I don't talk about it all that much. You can get access to it currently through the Patreon. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue that or I'm going to change the way that you get access to it, but you can click here to be a patron, and there's a bunch of other cool stuff there if this is still up at the time. But I get some pretty cool questions there, and some really interesting people that have joined the community. It's really where the Simple Programmer community hangs out, and you get access to me, and we talk about things there. And one person asked in the community about relationships, about how a young tech professional, I've done some videos, he said, on being more of a man and attracting women, and some of those, or more about confidence and pickup and things like that. Although what I'm going to talk about today, I actually do talk about there. You can check out that video series here. But he said, as a young tech professional, essentially, like, how do you find time? Like, he doesn't have time to go and where do you find a potential love interest, right? I don't want to go to bars. That's probably not the best place. I don't even have time for it. And he's like, well, so in at work or whatever, where I don't have time. So where do I go and find this? And how do how do you find love, right? How do you find a relationship? And I was thinking about this a little bit, and here's, I'm going to give kind of a different answer than what you might think. But I think this is a practical answer, and I think this applies for both men and women, right? Wow, John, are you actually going to give advice that's not sexist? If you want to know why I usually give advice to men, you can check out this video on am I sexist? Because and it's because, like I said, because I'm speaking from my own experience. Like I can't talk from a woman's experience, right? It's a different thing. So anyway, but this, I think, applies to both. So here's the thing. Here's what I would suggest, and this goes for anyone. Make a list of all the ideal qualities you would like in a mate. Make it complete, from physical. Don't worry about being shallow. Be shallow, right? What do you want? Physical, body fat percentage, looks, height, everything, right? Hair color, eye color, if you want. Whatever you want. Go ahead. Pretend like you can have anything you want. So make that list. Mental. How do you want them to act? How do you want them to behave? Personality, all this stuff. Spiritual, right? Do you want them to be focused on personal development? Just make this list of all these attributes, all these requirements. It could be a couple pages long, right? Don't hold anything back. Make that full list. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Now, take that list and go through and say, now, this kind of person, right? What kind of person will they be attracted to? What kind of person do I have to become in order for this person to be attracted to me? Now make that list, okay? Think about it this way. You've just created this whole list of what you think your ideal person or mate is, and now I want you to switch it and say, with that list, this high requirement that you set this really high bar, right, of what you want. Now think about, what does someone of that high caliber that you've just self-selected, what do they want? What would make them attracted to someone? What would their list look like based on that? Now make that list. That's your goals in life. That's what you need to become. So now focus on becoming all of those things. You make a list now of all the attributes you need to have in order to attract someone of that high caliber that you've set that bar to, right? How do you need to look physically? How do you need to act? What kind of success do you need? How much money do you need to make? Right? All these things, write them down, right? And honestly evaluate that. And now you become those things. Because if you want that, and I guarantee you won't even have to go to bars, you won't have to look around. If you become the list of things that you make of those qualities that this person that you have written their qualities out that they would be attracted to, it'll come into your life. I guarantee you'll find it. So I'm not saying that you can't go and do something. Some people mention, like, go and join sports and stuff like that, and social activities. Yeah, sure, go ahead and do that. But I think you're going to probably find that doing those things is going to be on your list, because you're probably going to want to be a social person, right? So anyway, that's where you need to make the focus. Again, I talk about this a lot in that video series I was talking about on becoming more of a man and attracting women when I talk to men about this. But it's all, the focus is on developing yourself, on becoming the kind of person, right? Because when you focus on that, that's what you can control, and then you don't come off as needy and desperate and all of these things that are bad, that are detractors, right? Instead you develop all these attractive qualities that people naturally become attracted to you because of those qualities. So that's where you should focus. Don't worry, and you don't even have to have time for this. If you're working on that list, if you're working on becoming this kind of person, this ideal kind of person, you will naturally attract like-minded people into your life. So again, some people call this the law of attraction. I did a video on what is the law of attraction. I think this is an attribute of this, to be honest with you. It's not even that woo-woo out there. If you think about it, like attracts like. If you have low quality friends, if you have low quality people that are hanging around you, it's because you're low quality. Honestly, like that's what happens, right? But if you start to be of higher caliber, higher quality, if you raise your standards, if you develop yourself personally, people that are of high quality as well will be attracted to you, not just from a physical perspective, but mentally. You'll make friends that are of high caliber, right? You'll hang around people that are high caliber because they will naturally be drawn to you, because you'll be thinking the same way, you'll be having the same wavelength. Trust me, as I've had more success in my life and have developed myself, I have found myself being around higher caliber, having access to higher caliber people that I didn't have access to before, because I have something to offer them now. Because you can almost see it in someone's eyes, and when you start a conversation, they found a likeness. You've got these certain attributes that a lot of our communication, probably in majority of it, 90% of our communication, some psychologists say, happens subconsciously, unconsciously, right, through minor, they call it micro emotions or micro reactions, right, that happen 1,000 times a second or something like that. So it makes sense, right, from a perspective. So anyway, to sum it up, looking for the mate, you're busy, like I said, make that list of the qualities that you want in a person. Now figure out what kind of list that person would have. What do you have to do to attract? What kind of person would you have to be a catch, or be someone that person of that high caliber would be attracted to? And then you become that. And when you become that person is much, much more likely to come into your life. I can't guarantee it. Nothing is guaranteed in life except for taxes and your eventual demise, but anyway, that's it. So if you like this video, if you'd like to get more videos like this one, I do about 2 to 3 a day. Yes, that's right. Just go ahead and click that subscribe button below, and I will talk to you next time. Take care.